guys.
Good evening. Good evening. How everybody doing? Another episode with the Mitchells.
Yep. We are back with another unfortunate story. I was privy to learn about this story years ago, but it kind of went away, so it slipped my mind. And we found out a few weeks ago that the trial would be moved to my hometown.
Wow.
So it really
hit home.
I was like, out of places, why did it come here? But the incident happened in a very small town of 1,200 people called Port Gibson, Mississippi. If you're not familiar with that, it's where Alcorn State is.
Okay.
So Alcorn State University is located there, and other than that, it ain't nothing else there.
Steve McNair.
Yeah. Is Steve McNair from there?
No, he's from
went
Collins.
to, okay.
He's from Collins.
I thought he was from McGee. He from Collins?
No, he's from Collins.
Oh, okay.
He's from Collins, but he went there to college.
Oh, okay. Well, why they had his funeral in Southern Miss?
They had it in a few different places.
Oh, he had more than one?
I know they had at least two. I know they had at least two. I know they had it in Collins too.
Okay, we get on topic.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so this latest story is about a precious baby girl, 14-month-old baby, who was essentially murdered. I don't want to call it murder. I want to call it
accident.
Passed away. And the reason I say that, my husband is not going to agree with me, y'all.
We're going to see. We're just going to throw it out there, and y'all see she passed away. She was murdered. It was an accident. We'll see what y'all think.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the background history that I have read upon and what I know. I don't know this to be fact, but this is what I have read and researched myself. I'm trying not to be biased on this story because we were not there. We do not know exactly what happened. All we can go off of is the interviews that we watch, the posts that we've seen, the articles, what we read. Okay, so a couple, really, they a Black power couple at this point. They are a young, Black, thriving couple from small town, and they had just got married. And 3 months later, after they were married, a young lady pops up and my baby yours. So I can just imagine me just getting married, and 3 months after my marriage, a new baby pop up and I don't got no kids. So now I got to deal with the fact that my husband cheated on me, one. And, well, at the time, it's your fiance, but your fiance cheated on you, and a baby has come into your marriage. At this point...
That baby's here before your baby.
And the baby here before my baby is here.
Yeah.
And it's the first grandbaby on either side. Ain't that so heartbreaking? But it's heartbreaking, but as a wife, you got a choice. Honestly, I'm going to keep it real.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say what sound good and what everybody say they would do, but you don't know what you would do until you put in that situation. You have a choice to either deal with the baby or not. Mm-hmm. And if you feel like you're gonna feel some type of way, the slightest bit, don't deal with the baby at all. If the baby comes in my marriage, I have an option. My husband don't have an option because he gonna have to deal with it. But I have an option if I want the baby to come around me, come around my family, our kids, into our household. He made that decision, so that's on him. That really ain't on the wife, in my opinion. But Takia, the wife, said that she made a decision to deal with the baby. She said it was hard. She had to go through marriage counseling. She had to go through her personal counseling just to deal with it. And she just decided to deal with the baby. Okay, so at this time, she starts keeping the little girl. She's pregnant at this time herself. So, she keeps the baby. I think they said Monday through Thursday for the mom. So, babysit for the baby Monday through Thursday, so she could, the mom go to work, daddy go to work. She's sitting at home on maternity leave, so she just keeping the baby every day. God bless you, because I ain't doing it. Okay.
She's strong, Mom.
Okay.
She's strong.
Okay, now we said you weren't coming over here. Okay. Okay, so that's that. So there were accusations that, of child abuse in that household. Because the little girl and the wife and the father of the child
and the wife
and his wife's household.
Okay. There's cop documentation.
Yeah. Somebody called CPS on the mom, which I feel it was the baby mama, because who else called?
Okay.
So, because the little girl had a scrape on her nose and her forehead and her eye looked black.
Yeah. Okay.
The stepmom said, outside playing, little girl fell. Babies fall.
Okay.
When you learn how to walk, you fall. You're a year old, you just learning how to walk.
Yeah. You're
going to get scrapes and scratches. She said that the black eye, and I'm not taking up for her because I'm starting to feel like that's what it sounds like. Mm-hmm. But the black eye on that picture does look like a black eye. But when I zoomed in on the picture, I understood exactly what she was saying, that the little girl has eczema. Oh. And if you not taking care of it and not putting that cream on there, it looks rashy. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to base that off of that picture, then you would be looking like, okay, little baby got a black eye. But if you zoom in, it's a rash. Okay. The picture it's not a black eye on the baby. Okay. And the baby nose is scratched up in her forehead, which looks like the result of a fall. So CPS came to the house, did the evaluation, checked the little girl out, looked at her up and down. I think they did a little evaluation at the hospital and stuff. The baby fed every day, well taken care of.
So they
baby
agreed that the baby fell and it wasn't abuse.
Right.
Okay.
That's what CPS said. But this is months before the accident actually happened.
Okay.
Okay, so before the day before this incident occurred, she was the baby mom, which her name is Jurayah. She gave the little girl to her baby's father's cousin. Now, if you feel in my shoes, if I have a child and he going with his stepmom, if I feel as though somebody doing something to my child so much that I have to call CPS, my child ain't going over there, period. It ain't going. If that's where I feel, he not going. Okay, so went to the child's cousin house with the knowings that the child would eventually go to the dad house for the weekend.
This is where it gets tricky.
Okay.
This is where
so
it gets tricky.
The child left the cousin and went to the auntie house. And left the auntie the next morning and went to the dad's.
All right, so how many households is that?
It went to 3 households in a matter of 24 hours.
All right.
Okay, so the child's father, Morris, his name is Morris Bevily, his mother was, on her deathbed. She was about to pass, and they called the family to the hospital. So Morris, Takia, and the baby Jurayah, 14-month-old, and their 6-month-old at the time, went to the hospital to pay their respects or just be there with the mom during this time. Yep. So from 11 in the morning till 8 at night, they were at the hospital. They have videos of Jurayah, which people are saying that she was fine. I'm thinking to myself, a 14-month-old, I'm thinking of Casey. That's what I'm thinking of. I have a 14-month-old cousin. If I put Casey down, he finna run all across the hospital. The videos I have seen, she wasn't doing it. And I just watched the video today, so that's why you don't know this part.
Okay. You snuck one in?
Yeah. I was watching it this morning. But the video, I'm trying to see if I can find those and put those back, put them in the end of this video of her just sitting in laps for hours.
And it's not moving?
No, not playing.
Yeah.
So it doesn't say anything to me at this point, but it does say she wasn't acting like a normal 14-year-old that I know of.
Active
running around. She wasn't being bad.
Yeah,
put it like that.
Sit down.
She was acting like a good child.
Yeah.
She was sitting. She'd go to this lap. She's sitting. Go to that lap. Seeing somebody. She was going from hand to hand.
Okay.
Okay. So, this is on the hospital camera.
Yep.
Okay. So they around 8:30. They left the hospital. This took place 2017, August 20th, 21st, 22nd. One of those dates. Okay, so they left the hospital, went home. Well, stopped to get food, went home, changed the little girl, put her in the nursery, like in a crib, and they showered.
Gave the baby a bath, right?
Well, they said they changed her clothes, so I ain't gonna say they bathed her.
I'm not 100%, but I thought somebody gave her a bath.
But even if it was a bath or a change, you saw her body.
Yeah.
So you changed her diaper and you put
new clothes on.
Okay. So you seen her body. So if something was out the ordinary, you would see it.
That's what I.
So the dad did that part.
See, yeah, seems and
not
that's what
the wife.
That's what I'm hanging on right there.
Okay, so she went to they showered. Put the baby in the bed in another room, and her husband and their child went to bed. So 5 o'clock in the morning rolled around. Husband say, "Baby, can you go grab me some drink?" Wife get up, got to go through the nursery where the baby is to get to the kitchen. She see the little girl pinched up in the corner. So she said normally if she see her to move that close to the edge of the crib, she go to pull her back to the center of the bed. Okay. So this is what she saw. Before she even went to the kitchen, she went over to grab Jurayah to pull her back to the center of the crib, and she was cold
and blue.
She was cold. Well, she didn't turn her over.
Okay.
She said she was like freaked out. And I do want to add that Takia, the wife, she a nurse. So might should have did a little bit more, but I ain't gonna go there. Pulled the baby to the center of the bed and realized she was freezing cold and stiff. Like her legs wasn't bending, flexible to move her back. So she was like, oh my God. Like she ran in there, got her husband like, please come check on Jurayah. So husband got to the bed and she said he was like, and turned the baby over blue. Her mouth had turned crooked, which to me says rigor mortis had set in. So she kind of had been like that for
a while, for some
a little minute. Like it ain't just happened at 5 o'clock when they got up. So she had been like that for a few hours. So at this point, they called the ambulance. After the ambulance, they called the child's mom, and told her, we have emergency with Jurayah, come to the house. So the mom said she got up, went straight over there. When she walked in, the wife and her baby was sitting on the couch. They directed her to the nursery. She went into the nursery and looked at her baby, and her baby was deceased. And that's how she found out. They didn't tell her over the phone, or they didn't tell her when she walked in. She really had no idea that she was finna walk into a deceased baby. She just thought, she's sick or whatever. Like she got a rash or a mark, or she don't know what she was finna see, but I know she wasn't expecting it. So, that's the pretty much end of the incident, or how everything pretty much happened. But make a long story short, Takia Bevily and Morris Bevily in 2018 were charged with capital murder of Jurayah Smith.
Okay.
Their 14-year-old daughter and stepdaughter.
14 months, baby.
14 months old. Okay. So, autopsy says, pathologist says, they all come to the conclusion that it was blunt force trauma to the head.
Okay.
What I gained from all three reports is that they don't know.
Because didn't all three reports have a different way of
same thing,
she
but
died?
different little points to where 5 blows to the back of the head, she died immediately.
Okay.
Or she had, I'm telling you, I'm not a nurse and these terms are a little shaky with me, so look them up. She had a hematoma. She had a cracked skull from weeks ago that was healing.
A cracked skull.
Cracked skull. From weeks ago that was healing.
All right.
Or she had a hematoma which could have been occurring over the 7 to 8 day mark, and it could have just happened just then. So I guess that was enough to charge both parents with capital murder. Takia stood trial February of 2021, and she was convicted of murder over a 5-day trial in Claiborne County after a 30-minute decision with jury.
Yeah. And so let's deal with that part. Let's deal with that, because it was done in the same small town that they lived in, right?
Mm-hmm. Of 1,200 people.
1,200 people. We live in, well, Aberdeen. We from. How many people is that? 5,000 people. 5,000.
And I would not trust a jury of 5,000 people in my hometown, because out of the 5,000 people, 4,000 of the people know me.
Mm-hmm.
So if this happened with me and my husband, he from Seattle. Him coming to a trial, he wouldn't get a fair trial.
I wouldn't.
Because
outsider.
Yeah, you're an outsider, and everybody know me, and they gonna say, "Oh, I know Renita ain't did that. Oh, he from Seattle. They be doing something like that." I'm sure that's what they said, because Jurayah's mom is from this town, and Takia is not. Mm-hmm. She is right. So this trial has went on for
in the
3, 4, 5 years. That's not the trial, but the charge has went on for 3, 4, 5 years. Everybody talking about it.
That's not fair.
So everybody talking about it, and I'm sure that team, she ain't like that baby.
Yeah.
She ain't like that baby. You see how that baby came in on that girl, and she ain't had no baby, and she wanted it to be her first grandchild. That baby was pretty, and I know how small towns talk, so I know that's exactly how it went. That girl was convicted before she even got charged.
Once it was
no done, matter what they thought happened.
Yeah. She was convicted.
She was charged with murder then. She ain't even had to go to court. Because if you're gonna choose a jury out of the same people that you done went to school with, done taught you, that you worked for,
so that you go to church with,
play
ball with, and all that. But this is
even if I don't know you. That's Maybelline granddaughter. Yeah. I know that. But she ain't did that.
Another thing with the small town, though. Mm-hmm. This is another thing, though. Small town or not, that baby was alive.
I agree.
When it got to that house, it was alive all day long. Mm-hmm. So small town or not,
scoot up, baby. Took him.
Okay, something looks bad. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Small town or not,
I'm telling you now.
On the man,
what it
on
look
the husband like, or the wife, it looks bad because they got her on video all day. Mm-hmm. Regardless if she's sitting there active or not, she's on video all day. Mm-hmm. She went to 3 different houses. Mm-hmm.
Day before, yeah.
Day before.
And I'm saying to myself, if there's a possibility to me, when you're in court, don't matter if you did it or not. We are in the United States, and according to the law, you are innocent until you are proven guilty. No matter if you're guilty or not, it has to be proven.
It has to be proven.
And to me, for that girl to be convicted and charged with, and convicted and sentenced to 25 years to life with no possibility of parole, and it is reasonable doubt, I just don't think that is fair.
I understand. This is my thing. But when there is a shadow of a doubt, of reasonable doubt, you're not supposed to convict somebody.
You're not.
And there is, but I just honestly don't see where the shadow of a doubt comes in.
Because my husband thinks she did.
No, I'm not. I can't say she did it, and I can't say she didn't. This was what I'm saying, though. The baby walked into the house, or was carried into the house, and was alive. And then it was just the mom and dad there. They wake up the next morning. Do they wake up at 5 o'clock usually in the morning time?
They school teaching and nurse, so they getting up early.
Okay.
They got a 6-month-old baby. So you know they getting up early every morning, so that's normal.
Routine. That's normal routine.
And yeah, that's normal routine for them to get up. We get up at that time.
I know, but my thing is though, it's hard to not say one of them didn't do it when the baby walked in the house alive. It's just hard.
No, it's not. Because this, I think like this. People have had car accidents, walked away, think they totally fine because they don't feel nothing. Then 3 days later, they pass away. And they looking like, I was fine. Well, they ain't looking like that, but family members look like she been walking around here fine. Yeah, you ain't know you had a blood bleed in your brain or what in your abdomen, you bleeding, and you don't even know that.
They were adults.
A child can't tell you that they got a headache.
No, what I'm saying, I don't think a baby's body. You take Case and just stick with him. 14 months.
I'm telling you, when Case is sick, he's still bad.
That's what I'm saying. So if he had any kind of head injury,
and you can't say that because
all day he's just regular all day and all day eating.
We don't know.
But the video camera got it showing.
Showing what? Did the child just sit there not being a bad child?
That could be the regular. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, the baby walked into the house or crawled or got carried into the house alive and left out dead. And there's only 2 people in there with that baby. Because I know didn't nobody break in there. Didn't nobody break in there?
No, ain't nobody broke in there.
Kill the baby and leave.
Yeah, I know they didn't do that. But I just feel like if one pathologist said she suffered 5 blows to the back of her head, that kind of tripped me out. Now I'm looking like, now hold up,
couldn't do that to her.
The baby could have failed, but she ain't failed 5 times in the same spot.
Yeah.
Now that caught me off guard.
Unless they dropped the baby down some steps in an accident and they try to cover it up or something like that. Now I can see something like that happen, and she did it, and then and the husband didn't even know she dropped the baby.
Okay.
And she picked the baby like, try to be sneaky.
Why her though? That little baby done went 3 other houses the day before, less than 24 hours before. How you know they ain't dropped it? Who finna run and tell that I dropped your baby?
I don't think the baby would have been good all day though. And
that baby wasn't running around playing, so that maybe she wasn't feeling her best.
You're right though. That is.
And then we don't know how long it take for.
You're right.
For illnesses to occur in the body. We ain't pathologists or doctors or nurses, so we don't really know how long it takes for stuff to happen. And we just going off of what it looked like and what we feel like was proven in court. And it wasn't proven to me that the girl was guilty.
I know.
I ain't saying she not. So I am Jurayah's army. I am that because I'm not her mama army. They make that very clear because fishy. But I stand with Kia because I don't know what she done. But I am a person who feels like you ain't proved that girl was guilty. That's my strong thing. You ain't proved she was guilty. You got to be proven guilty. It's evidence and stuff like. And the fact that after this girl's trial, less than weeks later, the guy who did the autopsy, down in Jackson,
now this is tough,
got fired because he had done too many autopsies.
Okay, Mississippi. How many can they do in Mississippi?
250 autopsies a year. That's not even one autopsy a day.
That's one autopsy person. If I was
Right.
an autopsy person, I can only do how many?
One, and you need to work on it the next day.
Yeah, so that's how many a year?
It's 1 year.
250, right?
250 in 1 year.
How many did he do?
He did 1,400 autopsies in 1 year. That means you did 5, 6. I don't know how I ain't counting.
That's way more than
You did way
triple.
more
That's
than
way
you were
more.
supposed to do a day. And I'm just thinking to myself, when you tired?
Yeah, so he probably just rushed that through.
He was tired. You writing that stuff and looking like, yeah, three blows or 5 blows? Or one blow or 5 blows? We won't say 5. I ain't saying he did that, but can you say he didn't? Can you say he hadn't done it, and now you done buried the baby so fast?
This is how the court justice feels. A baby's dead and somebody got to pay. That's how revenge and the court system is. That's why a lot of people are in prison innocently, because they feel like they got to charge somebody.
Yeah.
This happened,
But
so somebody got to be charged. And the baby died in that house. Somebody got to be charged. It's wrong. But baby, this is my only thing. I played football in the 90s. I've gotten concussions. And I got a concussion one, and I laid down. I couldn't play no more. I couldn't go back in. I'm throwing up on the sideline and everything. So I just don't see how a 14-month baby can take blows to the head like that and still be chilling and going. That's why I just don't see that.
I don't see it
I don't
either.
see it. That's why I think it happened.
But I just think, as a stepmom myself, that you get a bad rap. Like, you automatically, moms automatically, and I don't know, I'm probably going to feel the same way too when I become a mom. So, you always, well, now, because my baby ain't finna be, he ain't finna be with no other body, no other woman, so I ain't going to worry about that. But you get a bad rap because some people think that you could be jealous of their child. I ain't not finna be jealous of the baby, because one thing about that baby ain't did nothing to me. Now, I might want to knock the mama upside the head, or knock my husband upside the head, because let me tell you something, if that girl wanted to knock somebody out,
he's the one.
That's who she should have knocked out.
He's the one.
That's who should have had some blows to the head, not that baby. That's why I don't think that baby did that, because I know people that take stuff out on children. Let's not act like that does not happen. But I just don't feel like this did.
And my thing is, you can't look at somebody and say they look like a killer. You know what I'm saying? Because Ted Bundy, he was educated. He knew a lot about the law and everything. And he killed 40, 50 women.
Right.
So, but she just doesn't. She had a lot of stuff going for her.
Yeah, she did.
And she's had a husband, a baby. She's beautiful. She had a career. But
you know what?
Rage.
Saying that also is a motive.
Yeah, I know. Because
you got all this stuff going on for you. You a nurse, your husband coaching at the school. Y'all done went to college, got y'all degrees. You living the dream life. Y'all have a gorgeous wedding. Y'all wait till y'all get married to have a baby. After the wedding, you get pregnant and a baby pop up before your baby even get here. Before you can make your baby announcement, a baby pop up. Not a pregnancy.
But she been
taking
care of the baby like that.
Yeah, and to me, she didn't have to do that. Why do you have to babysit another woman child? That ain't so. You don't got to do that.
Especially in a town of 1,200.
All you had to do, sis, would tell your husband to pay that child support and go on about your business. He might do stuff, but you really don't have to.
But she took care of the baby like the baby was hers.
Yeah, from what we can see
and what we read. And so what are the scenarios? she killed the baby. The husband killed the baby.
Let me go back to that. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
They both were charged with capital murder.
Okay.
Takia is the one who has had court and has been charged with capital murder. Her husband charged with the same, was charged with the same thing, but his court got pushed back for years. He ain't been in court yet. Why? Why does Takia have so much motive and the dad doesn't have that much motive?
I'm with you.
That's messing up his household too. That's making him look bad. He could have an idea in his head of what he thought went on. And honestly, he what was called it? Oh, he tampered with the first DNA test. He tampered with the first DNA test.
Oh, yeah.
Takia found a message of him talking to the baby mama about the baby not being his, and she figured he probably tampered with that. So she made his tail, retake the test, and the baby is his. She went and picked the baby mama up and took her to go get a paternity test on her own husband. Why you gotta do that if you got some ill feelings? Because guess what? If you really didn't want that baby around,
she would have did all that.
You would have left that temperate test alone, and you and your husband could have sailed off in the sunset with your baby. But they tell you that girl ain't got a heart like that.
He took the test without his wife knowing and tampered with it. And the baby wasn't his. Right. So he thought he had got away with it.
Right. So guess what? If my husband came and told me that, if that's what I wanted to do, if we would have left it just like that.
Honestly, I'd have been honest with you. I said, baby, I tampered with it. I just got to deal with it.
You would have told me?
Yeah, I'd have been honest because I got away with it. So I'd have like, baby, I'm sorry.
Well,
the baby ain't mine.
I would have been with the kid. He wouldn't have played with me, baby. I'm looking like that. How you done went and took a test? What you know about taking it? You done took one before? No, let's take it again. Because I don't want 10 years down the line. This little baby pop up and we got to pay back 10 years of child support. But I'd rather go nip it in the bud.
I know he was mad.
I know he was, but oh well. You can't play with the system. You can't play with a black one, baby. We're going to get you every time. But my thing is, I'm take that back. I don't feel sorry for her, but
it's a bad situation.
It's a bad situation and I hate that she's going through this, even if she did it or not. That stuff is going to weigh very heavily on anybody involved, and I hate this most for the baby. You know what I'm saying? She had a future ahead of her, and it's just
14 months.
Yeah, just been months. Whatever. So, my thing is, why do I feel like Morris, the husband, is just living scot-free?
Yeah.
You know, they both
were in the house that night.
Yeah. So why her? They both saying they slept through and woke up and she was passed away. Why the woman got to be the woman to take the fall if she did it or not? Why she got to be the one to, if she didn't do it? Why is she the one that got to go down for it and he just sitting at home going to work every day?
The baby was too old to had died from suffocation on accident.
I would think so. Yeah, I don't see 14-month-old baby. That's more for sudden death syndrome.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to make but they are saying for sure it happened from the blows to the head.
They said it happened from the hours of
10 p.m. There's no way around it.
5 a.m.
One of them two did it.
No, I don't.
One of them two. I
ain't saying they did.
No, I take that back.
I'm saying it's not proven when you got one person saying
I take that back.
It could have happened 5 days ago and she just succumbed to her injuries that day. That happened.
Yeah, because that's what's happening.
Yeah, how you know? I ain't saying the mama did, but I'm saying how you know the mama ain't tired.
Yeah, she did.
Bust the baby upside the head 5 times, and then she ended up dying with them. Just so happened, she probably wasn't planning that.
So her skull was cracked from
old injuries.
Old injuries.
They said they had nothing to do with her dying though, because it was healing.
Right.
So they ain't had nothing to do with her dying, but that was a situation.
Like somebody was trying to kill this baby. Then she had a skull crack. Then she had the marks on her face, and then now she has another 5 wounds on her head. Like somebody was trying to take that baby out. That's what it seemed like. I mean, like somebody was intentionally trying to kill. And if
they hadn't had that little girl in 3 months after that CPS call, then why they getting blamed?
No, who's trying?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they didn't do it. They could have, But why did y'all immediately go to them and rule out everybody else just because of a time frame? Who's to say this didn't happen from the hours of 7 to 5? Why it had to be 11 to 5? Who knows? One day, little cousins running with Jurayah down the steps and fell down the steps with her at the hospital. Who's to say that didn't happen?
The rigor mortis sets in. I think they can tell from when the rigor mortis. Like
I don't think they can tell from the hours of 8 hours to the hours of 10 hours.
I agree. It's like a little window they got.
And that window was too small for me to believe.
But they squeezed through that thing because somebody squeezed through that little window and or somebody was trying to kill that girl because how's a baby, a 14-month, gonna have a cracked skull?
That can happen.
Yes.
It can happen.
That's real hard. I mean, I've seen babies fall off a couch.
Well, they said she fell off a car.
So cracked skull is real bad. I mean, that's real bad. And then she had to fall on her face. Then she had 5 wounds to the head.
Questionable. That man was tired.
The dude did 1,400.
Dude was tired. I don't want to hear nothing from the autopsy.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So everything's fishy. Then she's in the town of 1,200. And she's the outsider in the town.
Yep.
So
let's get this.
Bringing it to Aberdeen is good because...
Why are they bringing it to Aberdeen?
Oh, it's
okay. So she was convicted February 2021. And she served 8 months in prison. And during that time, they granted her a new trial. The judge granted her a new trial because the baby's uncle was sitting in the jury seat.
That's how small the town is. That's how small the town is.
You think my uncle ain't finna convict whoever is on that seat?
The baby's uncle.
But the thing is, Jurayah's, the mom's, is not really and legally aware of who her father is. You know, in a situation where people always say, you know, they said it's your dad. They say that's your nephew. So I'm telling you, that's Willie Joe's daughter. So you know, make sure they do it right. You know, that's not fair. Right. And that man, do you know? When they asked him a question, you know how they pick the witnesses. Do you know any other witnesses involved? Right. And you say no. Right. Okay, you know what? If my brother, all my daddies, well, no. Well, you know what? All my mama's siblings on her dad's side, they don't know me. You know what I'm saying? But soon as they hear that's Benita's daughter. That's Renita. Soon as they say that, you still my family. I don't care if we done connected or not. I ain't finna just say he guilty. I ain't finna send my little niece to prison. So just not fair. So they decided to move the trial to our town. Isn't that something? And I wish I could be there every day, but I have to go to work.
I wish I could be there too.
Yeah, but that's the story. The trial starts tomorrow. And tomorrow, which is April 2nd.
So they're going to try to figure out...
May 2nd, I'm sorry.
Who did it? Did the baby accidentally fall? Did they kill the baby? Did the mom, the wife do it? The husband do it? Or did the baby's mom do it? Or did somebody else do it? So,
well, they ain't gonna try to figure that out because they already...
After they figure out if she's...
charged who they think
If they say she's not guilty, then they're gonna have to try to figure out who did it.
Well, they won't, because does that happen? They're gonna chump that off. They're gonna chump that off to, well, maybe she really did succumb from an injury from 5 days ago. Maybe she did fall.
So they're gonna... there's a good chance they could find this mom not guilty, the wife.
I don't see it happening.
It's a good chance, 50-50.
I hope the people in my area listen. Don't listen to me. I hope they don't even watch this video. Listen to the facts.
The facts, get some facts.
In the case.
Listen to them.
And if you have reasonable doubt, you can't convict that girl.
Can't convict.
You can't make this girl guilty off a time frame. You just can't do that.
There's going to be a little more to it.
I hope so.
I
hope
think
so.
they're gonna have to be a little more, just a little bit more to it than just the time frame.
Yes, because I'm telling you, after this trial is over, I'm finding out who on that jury. And I'm interviewing them. I'm getting tea. I hate I got to call it tea, but this is something I just was not expecting to really be this closely connected to. But I'm praying for Takia. I'm praying that if she is innocent, she is found not guilty. And I'm praying that if she is guilty, whether found innocent or not, that you will get whatever God has for you.
She gonna get what she deserves. If she did, I don't know.
That's what I said. Either way, God got something for you. Yeah. He got something in store for you. If you did it, He got something for you. And if you didn't do it, He got something for you. So I'm praying that God will is done in this case.
I like that.
And
that's powerful. I
pray for Morris. And I pray for Jurayah's mom and her family. And I gotta talk about this. I hate that this is a situation. This video is supposed to be 25 minutes and it's 41 minutes. I told my husband to stop me and he did not. But, y'all, I'm trying to upload this video tonight. I hope it goes out. Go watch, go to YouTube and type in Takia Bevily interview. Type in Morris Bevily interview. Type in Danielle Skinner interview, which is the home of the girl who picked her up. I don't see why she ain't on the stand.
Watch him and see what you say. You see what conclusion you come to yourself. You see if you think she did it. See if you think the husband did it with it. Because I don't know.
Not even see if you think they did it. See if it is proven.
See if it's proven. See if they have
that
enough.
She did it, because that's what it all boils down to. That's the part of United States justice system. It's not what you did. It's the proof that the prosecutor got to prove that you are guilty. They can't just say, "Oh, we know she did it because she was there." Okay, how you know somebody ain't came in this house and just boop, boop. You know, we don't know that. We know that didn't happen, but I'm done with this. This make my head hurt.
I'm done.
Okay, so justice for Jurayah.
That's what we want.
If you believe that Takia is guilty, I want you to comment pound Jurayah's army. If you believe that Takia is innocent, I want you to type in pound I stand with Kia. I want you to go Facebook, search it, do your own research, and come back to this video and let me know what you think.
God bless.
All right, so we are out of here. And I'm going to be on Facebook tomorrow praying that this trial is live.
God bless.
All right, bye guys.